Hi everybody, it's Diana, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and stampingwithdie.com, and I am here with this week's Dies Shorts, and I have a cute little thingy for you. Alright, we had an on stage at home, and there was a whole bunch of, well, if you follow me on Facebook, you saw that we had Pat Benatar and her husband performed for us, so that was awesome to have her singing in my living room. But there was a bunch of demonstrations, and one of the demonstrations, I mean, I love them all, but one I was just like, oh my gosh, it was just like a smack my head like moment, and it was by Rose Marie Gonzalez, and she did the cutest shaker card, and I love that kind of stuff, but usually I don't do them because, you know, you have the window sheet and you have like the thicker adhesive and all that kind of stuff, right? Which is not a big deal. I mean, but I just tend to do easier things. Now you'll say easy when I color for half an hour, but I guess to me that's not hard. But anyways, so she did this super, hey Jackie, she did this super easy, fun shaker card. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hey Connie. So so let me flip the doohickey, the phone over, and we'll get started. All right, so hold on a second. Hey, and if you are watching on, I always forget to say this, always. If you are watching on the YouTube replay of the Facebook, and you're watching, I would love if you were to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And when you subscribe, then this little bell thing comes up. And if you click on the bell, then it will email you when I upload or do live. So I need to, that's another smack my head moment. I always forget to mention that. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip the phone around. Okay, so hold on a second and we'll get started here. All right. Okay, hostess code. Don't forget the hostess code. All right, so let me get started. What I'm going to be using is, oh wait, let me make sure I'm in my group. Oh my gosh, let me make sure. Refresh. Make sure there's no sound. All right. Hi, Ann. And you know, it's too funny because I have a friend, Ann Brown, you know, here. Well, not in Arizona, but anyways, it's too funny. So sometimes when you comment, I'm like, which Ann is that? All righty. Okay, so let's get started. So what I'm going to be using today is the Merry Moose stamp set. Now, this was in the holiday catalog last year, and then it kind of went in hibernation, and now it's back. And it has a matching punch. So you can kind of see that there. I know it reflects. All right. That's when you never do a video naked, right? You could reflect, and who knows what you would see in there. So you want to make sure that. So this is very cute. So that's what I'm using. I'm also going to be using Garden Green. I'm using Cherry Cobbler. I'm using the plaid paper from that amazing Perfect Plaid DSP. Whisper White. I also need a little strip because you know that's going to go in the inside of the card. I'm also using the Stitched Shapes dies and the Stitched Rectangle dies. You're also going to need an envelope. Now, these are the clear envelopes that we have in the catalog that we put our cards in, and you can mail cards, you know, cards in them as well. You just want to be careful. Some places charge extra, but we use them mostly because you can put like your finished card in them, and if you want to keep your card separate so that you have the card to reference to make it later, that's what these are for. So you're going to need one of those. And then I have my little pieces. All right, so let's get started. So you're going to take, and this is just 3 3/4 by 5. And I want you to slip it inside the envelope. And then you're going to want to find some sequins or whatever, you want to be your shaker thing. So I have the snowflake sequins, and these also came back. So they also were in hibernation, and now you can get these. So I'm going to be using some snowflake sequins. I also have, and to be honest, I'm not sure what these are. I collect like old jars. So who knows? Dreskin Coolies. It's just an old jar. It probably had cleaning for your face. So I have these as well. And then these are not Farley's on top 10 cents candy decorations, but these are from the Whale Suite. So I have those as well. So I just have a little eclectic bunch of stuff that I'm going to put inside. So I'm just going to, let me go up just a little bit. All right, and then I just have some old measuring spoons, and I'm not measuring, I'm just using it because it's metal. The stuff doesn't necessarily stick to it like if it was plastic. So I'm just kind of grabbing some in the spoon, and I'm putting some in my envelope, and I'm just trying to keep them kind of in the corner there. And let's shake a couple of those in there. Now these ones are funny because they actually have little fish tails in there, or like mermaid tails. So I actually saw some go in there. So there's going to be some mermaid tails in here. All right. So then what you're going to do, you are going to get your little thing back in the corner. All right. And then you're going to turn it over. And I'm going to fold this down. So you're just going to totally enclose this piece of DSP. Now I cut it at 3 3/4 by 5 because I wanted to back it up with another piece of cardstock. If you didn't, then you could cut it 4 by 5 1/4. But I wanted to have a little bit of color around the edge, so I cut mine a little smaller. And then you're just going to take some Scotch tape and tape it shut. Easy peasy. All right. And now you have your cute little shaker card ready. So let's assemble the card. All right. So like I said, first off, let me put my lids on. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if all this went all over the desk? All right. Hang on. All right, there we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to a piece of cherry cobbler. Cherry cobbler is in this DSP, so I basically just want to bring out the cherry cobbler color in the DSP. I know I'm using my old fast fuse just because I'm trying to use it up. But you could use your snail. You could use, tear tape. You could use whatever you want to. All right. Then I'm just going to stick it onto here. Like that. Cute. All right. Now we're going to put it on the main card. Where's my bone folder? So we're going to put it on the main card. Like that. And then I want to put stuff on the inside. All right, so hang on a minute. So this is just those little grid sheets I had the other day. And then this is the little foam pad that comes with the Stamparatus too. I believe it comes with the Stamparatus. I'll have to look. And unless it's something that's separately but my mind thinks it does. But anyways, okay, just because I'm using a photopolymer, and sometimes I need to use just a little extra cushion and it's perfect. So I'm going to do the inside of my card. Aren't I being mean and I'm like not doing the outside yet? I'm like doing it backwards. I'm doing the outside last. Okay, so I'm putting my little strip down. And whenever you cut the DSP, you always have strips of paper. So never waste them, never throw them away. Just use them on the inside of your card. And then the inside matches the outside. And then I'm just cutting the little overhang off of that. All right. So let's stamp inside. So I'm going to take my tree. So I have my garden green. And I'm using the big tree that comes with the mousse set. So I'm just inking it up. Now what I want to do is I'm going to stamp it off because I want my tree to be lighter. And then I'm going to stamp my tree right in the center, like that. And then I want to put my inside greeting, and I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler because that is the cardstock I use. So I just want everything to look pretty and blend together. So this saying is, enjoy the stillness of the season. All right, let me put this on here straight. So I'm just going solid right over top of the tree with the Cherry Cobbler. And you could use the black if you wanted. And then I'm just going to set that aside so it can dry. And then let's get the fun part. Okay, so I have a little piece of paper. I am using the mousse, of course. So I'm just going to stamp my outlines image first. I found it easier to line up the mousse if I did the outline first. So I have my little mousse. And then I want to do the mousse crumb cake because that also goes with that cardstock. So where's my mousse? So now I'm just going to use this solid mousse. So I'm going to do my solid mousse, and the phone is right in my way. So I am hoping I'm getting him lined up. If not, it doesn't matter too much. Ooh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. And then I'm going to take the punch that was just here. Here it is. Hey, Barb. All right. So now I'm just going to take my punch and I'm going to punch out my little mousse. I was so glad that he came back because can you believe I didn't get him last year? You'd think I owned everything, but I don't. All right, so there's my little mousse. Punched him out. Then with this piece of paper, I want to do the scarf. There's like accessories. It's so funny, right? There's like scarf and a hat. There's stars, there's presents, there's the raccoon on the little stick. So I almost put the raccoon on the inside, but then the greeting says, enjoy the stillness of the season. And all I could remember, that's what stuck in my head, was The Great Outdoors. I think that's what it was called, that movie with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. And we would laugh so hard. And remember, he'd always go, wow, wow. And his mouth would be like really, really big. And those raccoons were anything but stillness and quiet. So that just made me laugh if I'd have put the raccoon in there. So I did not, but you totally could. All right. So then I'm just going to fussy cut out the little scarf. And we're going to put a scarf on the mousse because it's a little burry out and he's a little cold. And I just inked up my pad, so it is nice and juicy. All right. It's pretty easy to cut out. I don't mind cutting out. I get it from my granny. She cut out stuff all the time. All right, so then we have our little moose. And I tried all sorts of different ways. Like I thought, oh, well, what happens if it's windy? Would you have your scarf be like this? Like, it's so windy out. But it didn't quite look right like that. So I ended up just having it hang down. So I'm going to use a little bit of green tip glue, and I'm only going to put it around the neck because I want my I want the tails to be flowy. So just putting it like there. Isn't that funny? The moose with the scarf. All right. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to close my pads because I'm all done stamping. And I know I'm going to get my arm in one of them at least. All right. Hold on a second. All right, so the moose should be set up. So let's finish our card. All right, so then what I did was I stamped the tree in the garden green as well. And then I die cut it out with that rectangle stitched shapes. No, I didn't either. I used the stitched rectangle. And then that's going to go on the front of the card. And then the little moose, I'm going to put dimensionals on the moose too. So a little bit on his stomach. And I'm going to trim some of these so I can put it in his antler. And I could use the baby ones too, but I have these out, so I just trimmed them. And his head. That should be plenty. And then I'm going to put him, I'm going to use this line on my board so I don't have my grid sheet. So I'm going to put him on here. And then I have my greeting. So this came from the stitched shapes. Yeah, because I knew I used the stitched shapes. So I'm going to put him here. Now, I kept going back and forth. I'm like, do I add ribbon? Do I do anything else? And I thought, you know what? I don't want to add ribbon because the whole fun is to be able to see the stuff shake. So if I put a ribbon across, it would take up space in there. It would just hide all that cute shaker stuff. So I just left it. So I'm going to put my greeting here. Super cute, but isn't that darling? And then the tree looked kind of naked. So I'm going to use all the trimmings embellishments, and I'm just going to put a little star on the top of the tree. So now the little tree has a little star. So doesn't that finish that off? Like, it looks so much better with the star on it. Let me close this pad. So I had so much fun doing the card, and then I thought, what happens if I do something else with the shaker? So let me get this stuff out of the way. All right. So the other day, you know, when I was coloring the little elf, and Sue said, because I kept calling it a little girl, and Sue says, how do you know it's a girl? And I was like, oh, well, I don't know if it's a girl. I just am assuming it's a girl. So then I thought, well, let's make one definitely a boy. So I did that. So I made this one a boy. I put a beard on him. So he's definitely a boy now. And I made it a shaker card on top of the little pizza box. And it holds Ghirardelli chocolates. It holds lots of stuff. It holds gift cards, you know, whatever you want to stick in it. But now, definitely, Sue, if you're watching, this one is definitely a boy. But isn't that cute? Look at his little beard. So I just drew the little beard on there. with the blends. But so here's the one I was looking at. I always make one, you know, ahead of time, and then I have it to look at. So they look pretty darn close, right? And the cute little elf. But anyways, so yeah, you can put the shaker cards on anything. Like, we have so many boxes. We have the DVD boxes. We have the clear ones, the acetate boxes, you name it. So I just thought it was so cute. So I have more embellishments coming, and I was hoping that they would be here for the video, but they'll probably show up as soon as I get done. But here's what I was going to ask you. So I stamped the little "Don't get your tinsel in a tangle," and I wasn't sure if I was going to put it on here because I don't like to hide his little feet. So, and then I thought, well, I could put it on the side of the box. I could put it like hanging, and then I just decided I don't think it necessarily needs that because it's so adorable. So anyways, but all right. Oh, you like that, Brenda, on the box? I know, it was just like, it just makes it so fun. And this paper is really, really fun, really festive. This would be a great masculine Christmas card. So, because, you know, shaker cards can be for boys or girls. So, men or women, anybody likes a shaker card. All right, so that is probably all for this week. The week is over, and I'm excited for the weekend. I don't think we're doing anything. Jeff is making a he'll have it finished. I have put a picture on Facebook, and he's doing a new vanity for the laundry room. So he is sealing it or whatever because it's wood, and then we got a stainless steel sink. And I could put the greeting on the inside. Perfect, like a surprise. So he's gonna get that all done, and then the plumber will probably be here next week to plumb the sink. Like, he does a lot of things, but there's certain things that he's just like, you know what, I'm not a plumber. You know, things like that should be done by a professional. You know, like electricity and stuff like that. And when we had updated the kitchen and the bathrooms last year, we had the plumber come in and do it. And the house, you know, has still the original like knobs, and now they have used different ones. So he'll like totally put like the new knob things that go underneath the sink, so we'll be all good and not have any leaks and stuff. So anyways, but I'll have to post some pictures. So that's probably what's going on the weekend. It's still a little warm here in Arizona, but I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'll see you Tuesday for my Teach Me Tuesdays, and that'll be here at 3 o'clock, and I believe so. Hang on a minute. When is Thanksgiving? Yeah, Thanksgiving's not till Thursday. So, and then we have a big sale coming up on the 24th. So make sure you save some money. Don't spend it all on the turkey. So I'll say see you later. Thanks so much for joining me today, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.